Hi everyone, my name's Pan and welcome to another edition of Bluebird Corner, the Cardiff City fans podcast. Today we're going to have a look at which players City are likely to keep going into the 25-26 season, which players are going to be likely to go on loan, and who's likely to be sold before the season starts. So our manager, Barry Murphy, has been confirmed on a 3-year contract, and he's already stated that he's looking to play an attacking style of football. So surely this season is going to be a lot more exciting than last season. So we'll start with which players City are likely to keep in no particular order. First, the goalkeeper, Jack Alnwick. Alnwick is a decent shot stopper, very good at stopping penalties, and excellent with his feet, kicking the ball out. I think he'll be in the squad as a backup goalkeeper. Then Cian Ashford, our young Welsh winger. He's certainly someone who's come on last season, and surely the manager will be looked to push on with his coaching this season. I'm sure that Ashford will be in and around the first team. Similar, you've got Joe Bagan, our central defender, left back. He's certainly someone who's come on for us last season, and surely he'll be one who'll be playing a lot of League One games. Then you've got Isaac Davis, another Welsh winger forward. He'd been on loan at Belgium previously, came back, had a couple of injuries, but has scored a couple of goals and has got phenomenal pace. And let's hope he'll get more game time this season. Will Fish, probably our most consistent defender. He will be one of the first names on Cardiff City's team sheet going into this campaign. Ronan Capaccio, the Welsh right back, highly regarded by Craig Bellamy, been in the Welsh squad. Surely Capaccio will be one of our main players in defence next season and certainly get a lot more game time. Dylan Lawler, another Welsh central defender. He's certainly someone who's highly regarded again by the city and the fans. He played against Aston Villa and was one of our best players in the FA Cup, and surely he will be in and around the first team squad. Callum O'Dowda, probably our best player last season. He is someone who did really well playing out position at left back for most of the season, naturally a left winger, and he will probably be one of our first names on the team sheet as well. Troy Perrott, one of our most promising young players. Perrott is being scouted by Aston Villa. Surely City can't afford to let any of our youngsters leave, so Perrott must be in and around the first team squad. Then you've got Alex Robertson, a midfielder signed from Manchester City, played really well while at loan at Portsmouth in League One. Was a bit inconsistent last year for us, but I think Barry Murphy will be looking to build the first team around Robertson. Then you've got Yusuf Salih, probably along with O'Dowda, our best player last season, scored a load of goals for us, works really hard, certainly will look to score a lot more goals in League One. Then you've got Roko Simic, the Croatian striker who's played for Dinamo Zagreb last season, scored a Champions League goal. Surely he's someone who will be in the squad this season. Then you've got our winger, Ollie Tanner, well liked by City fans. He's someone who can be inconsistent, but I think he'll be in the first team squad this season. Then you've got the Japanese central defender, Tsunoda. He's someone we haven't seen yet, but he's got a lot of pace. And surely, if fit, he'll stay in and around the City team. And then Matthew Turner, the young goalkeeper. I think he'll be third choice keeper for City going into this campaign. So which players do we think that will be loaned out this season? Well, I think that Eli King, who's had 4 loans in the last 3 years, will get another loan. He may well be sold, but he's one who definitely won't be in and around the first team squad. Then you've got young Louis Giles, highly rated. I still think he's got a lot of development, and I think he needs to get experience maybe at a League 2 club. Then you've got Luke Pearce, the young striker. He's primed for a loan move, and certainly someone who's got potential to kick on. One that's debated by City fans was Michael Reindorf. He got loaned out to Rovers, didn't score in the few games he played. But again, I think he could do with a loan at another club, either in League 1 or League 2. Then you've got the young central defender, Naya Kua, who is someone who's been in and around the first team squad on occasions. I think he's primed for a loan move. The one who could be controversial to some City fans is Jesper Darland. But in my view, Darland for £3.5 million didn't really cut it in the Championship. I don't think really that he's going to be suited to League One. Lacks pace, and I think we should loan him out. He's not on a great salary, so maybe he'll be kept running around. So that's one to debate. And the other one is Hovarth, the goalkeeper, USA international, inconsistent, on a reasonable high wage. I think someone in the Championship will look to snap him up. So which players do we think will be sold? Certainly Callum Robinson is the prime number one candidate to be sold for £2 million, with Bristol City and Preston leading the chase for him in the Championship. He's on £18,000 a week, a City favourite, but getting to the back end of his career, suffers from injuries quite easily. So I think it's a good time to sell Robinson. Then you've got Chris Willock, the winger we signed from QPR on a free. He's on £14,000 a week. Some Championship clubs are looking at him, and maybe we could sell him for £500,000. Ryan Wintle, who was a defensive midfielder on loan at Millwall, again, he's been chased by some Championship clubs. We'll probably get a similar fee of £500,000 if we sold him. Then you've got Callum Chambers, who is on £33,000 a week, surely too high a wage for City to keep on in League One. Certainly has done well in certain games in defensive midfield, and there may be one or two Championship clubs who will come in for him. And as regards to other players that we could look to sell, well, these two are probably two players that I would look to sell, but maybe will be retained. One being Turnbull, signed from Celtic for £1 million initially, with another £1 million in appearances fee. He's on £17,000 a week, and I know some Championship clubs are looking at him. When he did play, he did really well with Robertson. He's got some technical ability, had an injury, but maybe on too high a salary to be kept on next season. And the final one could be controversial to some City fans, is Ruben Colwell. Ruben Colwell, for me, is too inconsistent, hasn't kicked on, not sure what his best position is. Very, very good technical player, can beat three players in the phone box, but really should be scoring more goals and getting more assists. Not very good in the air for someone who's quite a big lad. Craig Bellamy certainly doesn't rate him, and I would be looking to sell him if we can get a decent fee to 2 to 3 million. Again, it just depends on if anyone comes in for him, and it may be that Brian Barry Murphy can see some sort of potential in him in League One, but he could be one that's moved on. So for Cardiff City going into the season, we know that we can actually loan up to 8 players during the season, 4 from the same club, but only 2 players over 23 we can loan. So we're likely to definitely go into the loan market, probably getting in 4 or 5 loans. I'd expect City to sign a new goalkeeper and 2 new fullbacks, and certainly an attacking midfield player and 1 or 2 others. Brian Barry Murphy has already stated that he's not looking at a big squad. So of those players I've discussed, we're probably looking at retaining 16, 17 of those players and bringing in 6 or 7 to have a squad of 24. So which players do you think from that list would you keep? Is there anyone on that list that you would say is controversial to sell or loan out or keep? Please get your thoughts into Bluebird Corner. If you do subscribe, we're going to do another competition to win a fantastic £250 gift card again in July. We're going to draw that at the end of July. And the next podcast we're going to do is about the 1983-84 season. So if some of you have been watching the podcast every Tuesday, we started with the 1980-81, and next Tuesday we'll be doing the 1983-84 season. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.